position on the toll road on an alternative to the 5 freeway, and what was that position?
Back in February 2009, the city started looking at mobility and mobility alternatives and an alternative north-south corridor. It looked at a regional need and regional advancement of options. And from that point, it's been discussed, the council's been consistent in looking at a north-south corridor of some location, some opportunity. More importantly though, this isn't the forum to decide a corridor, nor is this the forum to be told what our position should be. What you're looking at is supporting a process, a procedure that will ultimately in other forums lead to conclusion. Part of due process public-based hearing, you get a variety of input. Some want to turn left, some want to turn right. An ultimate decision maker or makers comes to a conclusion. It's been noted all the communities have interests. Just as San Clemente has interests, Mission Viejo has interests, your duties are to first look at your community and then fit that into the regional framework the best way you believe possible. So you're looking at a process, not a conclusion right now. It's sort of that simple. Do you just do a knee-jerk answer, or do you take time to thoughtfully work it through? That's your choices.
Okay. So what I just wanted, the reason I asked that question is because I wanted to, for the benefit of those sitting here and those listening on TV, and for the Mission Viejo residents who are at ground zero for being impacted, if we do nothing. Nothing is done. We are ground zero for the impact of that. We're already feeling it. We have residents along Oso, we have schools along Oso, along La Paz, along Marguerite, neighborhood schools, neighborhood streets that were widened because we have a toll road that stops at Oso. So we already have seen an increase in traffic. We know we've been good neighbors. We've widened our streets. We've done that for a very, very, very long time, going back to many of us, well, a couple of us sitting up here at the dais attended Coastal Commission hearings. And I'm just going to say that all of the messaging that we're getting is stop the toll road. Just stop it. Well, for Mission Viejo, stopping a north-south route on the 5 impacts Mission Viejo schools. We've widened the 5. I don't know if anybody's been on the visiting side of Mission Viejo High School, and if you sit in the bleacher, your back is on the freeway wall. So talk about freeways by your school. We know about that. We live with that. We have a middle school that is very treacherous for our kids to get to. We have 2 middle schools on La Paz because people are using those roads to get north-south because they can't. There isn't an alternative. It ends at Oso. So you're right. People can use arterial streets. People can impact all of the neighborhoods. People can. We know what that's like. We live with it. We understand. It's very difficult. But this has been something we have watched for many years. We are ground zero. So I would just say that Mission Viejo took a position many years ago on a north-south route. We do think it should be responsible. We respect that there's a process that's going to look at it. I don't know what San Clemente's position was. Maybe somebody up here does. When we took the position of the north-south route that went around San Clemente, I don't know what San Clemente's city position was, but that sure didn't. I don't believe that hurt any houses. Maybe you know a little bit of the history yet. Okay, so the point is, we have been steadfast in advocating for our residents so that we don't impact any more east-west. We have a beltway. It's called Alicia, La Paz to a certain extent, Oso, and Crown Valley, which has a hospital on it, and our hospital is already saying they're seeing delays. This should be a concern to everybody. It should be a concern to everybody, not just Mission Viejo. So I say that because we've been watching it. We are at ground zero. We have been very steadfast in trying to do the right thing for regional mobility, and we will continue to do that. We will continue to be good neighbors like we have been, widen our roads, welcome you onto our streets when you're trying to come up La Plata and when the 5 is closed, because it happens a lot. And we would invite you to support all of our businesses and go to all of our restaurants, especially during restaurant week. So, Councilmember Ratz.
Thank you, Mayor. I too advocate for good mobility throughout the South County, but I'm also concerned at the national level where this country's so divided. And I just heard people saying, he's not my president. Guess he's my president. And I just hate to, at our level, in South Orange County, pit one city against the other. San Clemente, San Juan against us. And I think we should work together to come up with a solution. I sat on the toll road for a year as a member of the toll road, and you know, there's some good ways around your city. There's other ways to move the mobility. And I just don't think this resolution is necessary right now, so I would be voting against it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Trish Kelly.
Yes, thank you. I was on the city council in 2009 when we have had similar discussions about supporting a north-south route. And I am in favor of this resolution. Let me just read the title on the draft resolution in front of us. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Mission Viejo, California, to support the transportation corridor agencies in solving regional traffic relief in South Orange County. So I do support this resolution, and in fact I will move the approval of this resolution.
I'll second. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Sacks.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So what folks need to kind of understand, the process that the TCA has taken over the last 1.5 to 2 years involved going out to the public and having questionnaires and studies and meetings and those sorts of things. And just like here in our city, when we say we're having a meeting about something, we have people that claim, well, I never heard about the meeting. That doesn't denote the fact that the meeting occurred and that input was brought forward. At this point, there are 18 mobility considerations on there, including double tracking the railroad track down in San Clemente, where it's just one railroad. Considering autonomous vehicles. There's a number of things, and TCA is not working alone on this mobility project. We're also working in conjunction with Caltrans and Orange County Transportation Association or Authority. And those three and others are now taking a look at the next steps and the next steps that we go. The next steps include more public outreach. The next steps include more meetings where all the folks from San Clemente are welcome to attend and voice their opinion, as well as people from other parts of the county. So all this resolution is saying is we support that process. There is no decision that's been made as to whether or not a toll road extension will go down to the 5. There are suggestions, and those suggestions have come from people in North County, Orange County, and South County, Orange County, and San Diego County, and Riverside. So there are a lot of components in this, and it's not about San Clemente or Mission Viejo. It's about how do we look at mobility in the next 15 to 20 years in South Orange County, where there are certainly issues. So I'm in favor of the resolution, which basically says we're in favor of further discussions and looking at opportunities and availments that may be considered at some point voted on. At some point, both Caltrans, TCA, and OCTA are gonna have to raise their hand and say, I approve this, or I disapprove that, whatever it is. That point hasn't even come close yet. Before that point even arrives, there's a good 3, if not longer, year period of environmental impact, which, by the way, is homes and businesses and schools and all the things that everyone is rightfully concerned about. But right now, there's a lot of folks that are just way over their skis on this thing because the process has really not taken any grit and any meat yet into what it's going to be doing. And that's coming over the next few months and certainly the next few years. So I'll be voting in favor of this, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Cattell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And just to be clear where I stand on this as well, I'm in favor of the process to have the considerations as Mayor Pro Tem has just discussed. I know that this process is going to take, I don't think, well, I won't say how long I think it'll take, but I think 3 years is very generous, is how long that'll all take. But I am in favor of the resolution because I think on behalf of our residents here in Mission Viejo,